This is a HeadGum podcast.
That coffee pour was a lie.
It's usually a lie.
It's usually a lie, not gonna lie.
This is Coffee with Rachel. I'm Rachel.
I'm Chris.
And today we are cheating on our coffee maker by getting something store-bought.
Oh my god, that store is Starbucks.
Oh my god. It's like Ina was shining over us right now. And she's like, you could have made it at home. But Sandra Lee is like, yes, bitch. Get that shortcut. Yeah, I don't know. We kind of got like a late start today. It was a nice, relaxing fucking Sunday
day is it?
morning.
It's Sunday? Yeah. I forgot.
Chris is off on Sunday, so it's like, that's our chill day.
Yeah, my weekend is Sunday and Monday. Oh man, this is so nice. Bringing it back. Thank you,
Let's
Siren.
rewind back to Balfour.
Oh man,
a lovely
this.
siren. So when we woke up this afternoon, pretty much, we were like, fuck making our own coffee. Let's just get something real peppy, you know?
Yeah, what'd you get?
You
got like a 20-word sentence.
No, why don't you say what you got first? Because
I just got a caramel latte, a grande. I'm
the average Joe.
The average Joe. That is just like the drink when I'm in a rush and I don't want to think about what I really want. I just get a caramel latte.
I have to customize my drink at Starbucks. I don't customize my drink anywhere else but Starbucks.
Yeah.
And it's just because I know what they're capable of having worked there. So, like, I don't know. We've been getting a lot of, like, Cherry Street lattes lately. And honestly, I've been drinking a lot more caffeine than I'm used to since leaving college.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We used to drink so much fucking coffee all the time when we thought it was normal. And now I have, like, maybe 2 cups a day depending on, like, what we're recording.
I just, I wonder what life would have been like if we had Plant Nanny basically back then. If we had known how much water we were supposed to be drinking and not how much coffee we were supposed to be drinking.
I know we've talked about it before, but I've never been more dehydrated in my entire life than the 4 years I was in school.
Definitely.
For college, not...
Of course.
Even before that, high school too.
Because, just being at the dining hall, they had all the different just types of drinks, like juices and sodas and stuff like that, and like
I drank so much soda in college.
I probably rarely just drank straight up water.
I know, it was like when I was hungover and I was like, I fucking need this water right now.
Pretty much.
Or when I was sick. The worst was when I was working at the dining hall Starbucks and they were like, you can, pretty much eat the ice cream, you can drink the soda from the
free reign.
Yeah, and we would just drink soda all day, and it was the worst. And then, like, 2 years into college, I was like, enough is enough. And so one of the Lent years, I forget, like, which year it was. I think it was, like, my junior year. I was like, I'm going to actually participate this year, and I'm going to give up soda. And I've pretty much given it up. The only time I ever have it is when I'm at the movie theater.
Same.
And it's, like, never.
That's pretty much the same for me, too. I mean, I can't tell you the last time we have bought soda. Actually, I can. We bought a 2-liter for New Year's. That was the
and
last
when I
time.
bought ginger ale when I was, like, not...
I don't count
stomach.
that. I don't count that.
But it doesn't even work. I don't even know why we do it.
It's a placebo. It's totally a placebo.
It's because, like, it's not real ginger at that point.
Oh, yeah,
Once it becomes a Canada Dry, it's not ginger ale.
It's just, the carbonation and the placebo thinking you're getting ginger in you. That's what helps.
I can't drink ginger ale unless I'm sick.
Yeah,
like, I would never drink it for
Same
pleasure.
Same with Gatorade for me. I can't do it.
I was never a Gatorade bitch. My mom was like, too much sodium. But isn't it supposed to have sodium?
I don't know. I just know it has electrolytes.
It's
so
salty,
that was why.
though. I don't know why it's so salty for a fruit juice type of drink.
I don't know. That's kind of weird.
It's an interesting flavor. But anyway, so you got a caramel latte. I was feeling like a white mocha situation because I never get white mocha anymore. And so I got an iced drink, and it's got 4 shots. Like 2 pumps of the actual syrup because I can't handle when they put in the real stuff. And I put coconut milk in it because they have that now at Starbucks.
Interesting.
And when I was working there, they only had soy milk, and it was like super sickly sweet because it was like vanilla sweetened or whatever.
I love that it's like a battle now in between Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts. Starbucks has the coconut milk and I guess the soy, and Dunkin' Donuts has the almond milk.
I haven't been keeping up on Dunkin's latest trends.
I know it happened like a while ago. They said like, oh, we got almond milk now.
You can
for
get
lattes.
almond milk anywhere though. Like,
Well, not at Starbucks.
That's so fucking dumb. I'm sure coconut milk is like really fatty, so I'm probably like not doing myself any favors like drinking this, but
I mean, it's better than dairy.
I know, because like I'll get fucking zits all over my goddamn face if I drank a venti with like a whole bunch of milk in it.
Yeah.
Fuck
You
that.
don't realize just how much like actual milk goes into that.
That's why I get so many shots, and that's why I can't handle the like a regular amount of syrup in these lattes, because like people are getting these lattes with the full syrup and they're not getting any extra coffee in there. So I don't know how people can drink it
People
because
love
it's so
sweet drinks, man.
I know, I'm not a sweeto.
Especially, I feel like here in the Northwest, a lot of people like sweets. You know, there's so many cupcake places. There's so many donut shops. There's just like...
I feel like Philadelphia was more savory. It was like
Yeah, you had the
cheesesteak,
cheesesteaks.
crab fries, fucking, I don't know,
Philadelphia
pickles,
cream cheese and bagel.
bagels, yeah.
You know?
And like here, everything's like, let's put a donut with like cream cheese and a hot dog.
You put cream cheese in everything.
Yeah, but they don't use the right kind of cream cheese, so I can't be interested. I am a slut for Philadelphia cream cheese. There is no other brand. That's like, you know how I was raised personally to like only buy name brand crap at like the grocery store.
Yeah.
And for many years, I thought like, okay, you can't buy like store brand. It's not the same thing. It's like totally different. Like blah blah blah. Then I started dating you, and
I am store brand queen.
yeah, and I was like also in college, so I was like, gotta save that money. And then I realized it all has the same fucking ingredients, and they even make it so simple now where they have like the packaging look the same.
Yeah, and they usually say like, as compared to the ingredients and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I just took a sip. So basically, the Philadelphia cream cheese is the one thing that I cannot buy any other type of, because like Chris gets little bagels and cream cheese from Trader Joe's. And
Yeah,
he,
you
like,
get Trader Joe's cream cheese.
yeah, and he brings that shit to work with him. So I don't eat those. Well, I would love to eat those bagels, but if I don't have anything to put on it, like I'm not going to eat it.
Yeah.
So he specifically buys the Trader Joe's cream cheese because he knows I will not eat his bagels because I can't eat the fucking Trader Joe's cream cheese because it's like slightly sweet. I don't know what it is, but like Philadelphia is like tangy, and that's what I like about it.
A nice tang.
Did I ever tell you about the time that I ate the spoiled cream cheese though?
I feel like I might know this, but refresh my memories.
There was like a 6-month period where I stopped eating cream cheese and bagels.
Okay.
And like, you know, that's not normal.
There was really something going on in your life because...
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah.
It was because... What happened? I think it was in the fridge, and it was like a brand new brick, you know, that shiny silver seal, and we had lox that one day, and me and my mom were trying to figure out, like, is it the lox that is tasting sour or something? Or because, like, the lox had been in the fridge longer than this cream cheese, and the cream cheese was so far from being expired. That's why it was really fucked up. So I think it was just like a bad one, and it turned me off from cream cheese for like a year.
Ew.
I mean, now I don't really eat that many bagels anymore because, let's be honest, bagels on the West Coast are fucking dumb.
Yeah,
They're not okay.
They're their own class, man. They are something else.
And then I see all these people that like, because I'm friends with a lot of people that live in New York, and New York's got some bomb bagels.
I know.
Everybody's always like Instagramming their bagels.
Here, everybody's just muffins and donuts.
Are they even muffins? Like, I haven't seen a muffin since maybe that's a lie. I don't know.
I've definitely seen some muffins.
I think people are more into like actual sandwiches and like quinoa breakfast bowls, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, everything here, and like that's not to knock that because like I definitely eat healthy.
But you know,
most of the time.
sometimes you know you want those classics.
You want a fucking bagel.
Yeah.
But the lox out here is unprecedented to like
And you know
any
that
salmon.
just makes a huge conundrum. Like the bagels, subpar.
Weak bagel, slamming salmon. What do you
Slamming,
do?
jamming, salmon.
Yeah, like what do you fucking do with that? It's fine. But anyway, what was I even getting to? Yeah, so the cream cheese was terrible. That was a bad day in my life. And
Did you finish what was in your drink? I don't know.
I don't
if you
know.
did.
It's a white mocha. That's all you have to know. It's a white fucking mocha. I used to like concoct drinks at Starbucks, and there was one that we made that was called like the Skinny Santa.
Oh.
And it was like a white mocha, like a white peppermint mocha, but with skim milk, and you only do like 1 pump of peppermint and 1 pump of white mocha.
Okay.
And that's the only way I can get like a peppermint mocha type
Especially
drink.
those ones that are the 2 flavors. You'd think like, oh, it's
Half
just
and half, right?
half and half. No, it's just double the amount of syrup.
Literally a regular peppermint mocha. Now,
Like a
I
grande?
haven't been working there for like... When did I quit? Oh, God. When was that? Yeah, it was definitely my junior year of college because that was when I had my stalker situation and then
yes.
like I was really into YouTube. And so I left Starbucks, but so I don't know if they've like changed their shit in the recent times, but like I mean, I can't imagine that they have.
Those are, I mean, sometimes I'll get the syrup less, sometimes I won't, but I know when I get drinks like that, I always
You
do
have to.
because I would have never known if you didn't
know.
tell me that, and I don't want like a grande 8 pumps.
When you put the syrup in there, especially like a mocha, so like a peppermint mocha, say it's
that
a
mocha's
grande.
already fucking like heavy.
The mocha we make every single night, that was one of my fucking tasks. And let me tell you how many times I accidentally snorted like unsweetened cocoa powder. Not a good look. And like I would come home from Starbucks and I would just be like dusty looking. Like it looked like I had like bronzer all over my face.
I love that.
And-
Why don't you bronze with a nice chocolate bronzer?
Oh,
yeah.
Milk's chocolate
Two-Faced,
Soleil.
I knew it.
Chris fucking knows.
I know my
They came
shit.
out with a palette, Chris, and it's like it's sold out everywhere. So I haven't even like attempted. And like, let's be real, I don't need any eyeshadow, but it smells like peaches.
Oh,
And
interesting.
like low key, I want it just for that part, and it's really warm. But anyway, regardless, the fucking peppermint mocha in a grande, you have 4 pumps of peppermint and 4 of mocha. That's 8 fucking pumps of syrup, and it like would be a quarter cup at like the bottom of the cup. You know
and
what
like,
I mean?
when it's that much, like you just feel it
You
coating
feel it?
your throat, and then you feel like raw.
And like when you get a Starbucks Frappuccino, there's like a thing molecularly that it does to the roof of your mouth. Like, have you ever noticed that? Like their
There's
whipped
something.
cream.
Is it like the pineapples? How it just erodes your mouth?
By the way, Elizabeth Dole's never fucking told us if she fucking ate Dole pineapple goods. So
You know, I'm mad at you.
I'm gonna need a fucking update on that. But yeah, so I was thinking like because we're talking about Starbucks a little bit, like we could talk about maybe we could swap some retail stories,
Oh shit.
you know, from back in the day.
Yeah, you know, we both been in the retail world. Specifically, we've been pretty much focused in like the food service
I know.
world, which is like the one thing when I was starting to look for a job, I was like, I really want to avoid.
I know. We all wanted to. We were all like, let's work somewhere else. And then nothing else was hiring.
I
Except
would
for,
have
like, food
loved.
stuff.
I wanted a clothing store.
Oh,
I
no.
fi-
Fuck that.
I figured like that would be better than a food service job.
I would rather work in food than fold clothing all day. After, like, you see people go to, like, a store and they're... Okay, so for me,
But they got those fancy little like doodad plastic things and fold shirts and shit real easy for them.
Okay, but, like, do they...
They do.
Because, like, you go to a store, and if you're anything like me, you're, like, a fucking size large, and so all of your clothing is always at the bottom of a pile, and, like, I always feel like a fucking asshole trying to get, like, a pair of jeans in my size, and I always just, like, kind of fold the clothing a little bit, because I don't want to, like, piss people off, and, like, most
Yeah.
people wouldn't do that. Like, they don't care. That's why I love that I worked in retail for, like, 5 years or whatever.
That is like the number one thing that we always say. Like, I enjoy my time? No,
No.
I did not. But
But it shaped me.
I appreciate. I sound so old right now. I appreciate what I
What
got
lessons?
from the lessons I learned. It's like this music from Full House starts playing. Like the
I
lessons
know.
I learned.
I just wish that everybody could do that, especially people that like don't need to have a job that's a service job or retail job, like the top 1%. Like, let's let all of them work in retail for like a couple months and see how they fucking fare, because people are evil.
Yeah.
And you have to put up with everyone with a smile on your face, because otherwise you're not going to be able to pay the bills, because you're going to lose your job.
And then after being in that, you just know these are just people. And, you know, like
Duh.
99% of these people have absolutely nothing to do with any of the problem that I am having
Honestly,
at this moment.
I don't know how anyone can be mean to like a retailer or like a
Customer
fucking service
service.
job, like any kind of job like that.
Yeah.
Even if they didn't have a job like that themselves, like how can you, like, put the blame of like one issue on like this one representative that you happen to get like on the phone or something like that, or like in a store, like people that yell at Starbucks employees for the prices. Like, do you really think this fucking barista that's working like 6 jobs can affect the prices? You know,
when I was working at Regal, the one thing I did not agree with this at all, but the water bottles, they were $4.50 for a water bottle, and like
all movie theaters.
I mean, everything there is expensive as shit, but like that was the one that was the worst, and I would always get shit about it, and then there'd be people that would give me shit about it, and they'd be like, "Oh, I know you don't have anything to do with this, but like, still keep going on about it." So
I'm just still gonna like bite your head off, though.
like, okay, cool. Do you want it or not? Because I don't care if you buy it, because I know it's expensive.
Yeah, and you're not. Oh my god, when I was working at Starbucks in the Target, like we're basically a freestanding store, but then we have to also adhere to like certain Target policies, and one of the policies, which is like not true for any other regular Starbucks, is we couldn't accept tips.
That's the dumbest thing ever.
And like tips are huge for most Starbucks employees. I mean, you do have to like split them with your whole team, but you still like you make a lot of money from tips. And we weren't allowed to do that. And like we would have people like sneakily slip money like over the counter at us. Like there was always
That's
like
so
a couple of milk canister, like the metal things that we would use to steam the milk. And like I remember I was working one day and there was a huge fucking line, and I had the fucking 5 ice cubes broad being a total bitch. And it was just like a really stressful fucking day, and one of my regulars was in line, and it was one of my regulars that I always loved so much. And once she got up to the edge of the line, like she was like, "Oh my god, like your fucking day today though." And I was like, "I know." And she fucking slipped. And I was working with one other person, and she slipped a $20 bill in one of the milk canisters. And like there's cameras everywhere. Like we weren't even supposed to be able to take that, and we were like trying to hand it back to her, and she was like, "No, I'm leaving," and she fucking left.
Wow.
And me and Stefan fucking split that.
That's so nice.
And it was really nice. Like a $10 tip. That was wild.
I've only had one job that was based off of tips.
Oh god, Ruby Tuesdays.
Wait, was it?
Right?
TGI Fridays.
TGI Fridays. I don't know why I said Ruby Tuesdays.
They're like the same fucking thing. They're both a day of the week.
The red, there's probably, well, Ruby's got the salad bar and those awesome pumpernickel croutons.
Ooh, yeah. Mm-hmm. TGI Fridays, I don't know what they got.
They got potato skins.
Oh, yeah.
And the macaroni and cheese that I would get every time when I was a kid.
But I was a busser, or like a host / busser kind of thing.
You were a host and a busser?
Well, like I cleaned up shit off the tables if I wasn't doing things, but I was mostly a host.
Oh, okay. Because they always try to keep their hosts like looking really clean.
I can tell you, I hate I hate tipping, the whole tipping thing.
Oh yeah,
I think I got paid like $2.65 an hour,
and you weren't even a waiter.
And so it was really shitty because the waiters they made the tips, and then it was a split 80-20. So the waiters at the end they would pool their tips
and they get split. 80%.
They get 80%, and then we would get 20%.
And then you were making like, I remember you did the math one day.
I was making like $6 an hour.
I know.
And that day I quit. I was like, all right, see you later. I'm done.
And then you worked at Sweaty Meat Subway.
Oh, yeah.
But you were at least getting your like normal Pennsylvania fucking minimum wage there.
Yeah.
Are they going to raise it over there? Because honestly, I feel so bad.
I feel really horrible.
Like,
I know obviously there's plenty more places too, but
oh god, $7.25 is not enough money, people.
Actually, I felt really like cool because I was like, oh, he gave me an extra 20 cents. It was $7.45 what I was making.
When I worked at Starbucks, I made $8.50. I was like, holy shit, I
know.
am fucking rich. Like
when I got promoted to supervisor at the dining room or dining hall, I got $8.15 an hour, and I was like, oh yeah, making money.
And like when we moved here, it was 9 something, and then it got raised to 10
$9.60, and that's what I started at when I was working at. I did the summer camp, and then when I was working at Cheese World, that's what I started at, and then it went up to like 10 or something like that. I don't know.
One of the things that really bothers me is when you see people like they post this shit about the people that are anti $15 minimum wage because they don't think that people that work at fast food restaurants deserve to earn a livable wage.
That's
Why?
so stupid.
We all have been in a position where we desperately need a job. And let's be honest, all of us have like worked in food because it's like one of the easier ways to get a job. There's like less requirements to get that job. They usually have tons of openings because they're open super late. Like, it's just convenient. And
it's be the same people that complain about when those types of jobs, not that you could ship off a customer service job, but like that go overseas and it's like, oh my god, where's all the jobs going? Keep jobs in America.
I know.
But then they don't want to pay people enough to fucking actually do them.
Yeah, they don't want to pay the people that are living in America to fucking work a livable wage. Like, they don't want to do that either.
It's so annoying.
And it's like, oh, well, because you think that, you know, working at McDonald's, like, doesn't require enough skill. But, like, it doesn't matter how much skill is required. Like, we are still serving you your fucking, like, 8-piece McNuggets or whatever. And these people still, it doesn't matter what kind of skill the job requires. Like, everyone in the country should be getting paid enough to live. And it's, like, so wild because so many of, like, the statistics that come out, it's, like, the livable wage, like, isn't even enough for some people to afford just, like, a 1-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
And it's, like, how do you expect people to raise families and... You know what I mean? Like, it makes no sense to me, and people are so fucking stupid. And it's all these, like, suburban people that, like, never really had to, like, work that fucking hard, and...
Basically want me to work for $7.25 or whatever, and, you know, be happy and want to, like, give you, like, a smile and great service when I'm serving you your french fries or something like that. And their whole thing
is like, oh, well, you know, maybe if you fucking got an education, then you would be able to have a job that pays you more. It's like, a lot of people have a fucking education and they're working like 17 jobs and they're all retail. Like, I know some of my friends that are like either trying to pay for their school or, oh my god, what the fuck was that?
Oh my god.
Okay, someone is trying to enter our apartment through the cabinets and I'm scared. But I have a couple of friends that are either in school right now or they're out of school trying to pay off their student loans. Hello, hell.
Yes.
And they're working like 3 to 4 jobs because it doesn't matter. At this point, having a college degree is like not even that awesome to get a good job that'll pay you like more.
Oh yeah, I mean, it definitely has to be in the right field.
I mean, fuck, we all saw how many jobs you went through after getting out of college.
I mean, technically, my job, I probably could have got without a degree still too. But
the current one at Amazon?
Maybe. I don't know. It definitely helped.
It helped you because you used your degree, not necessarily like the meteorology aspect, but like having a degree to get the Microsoft job, which helped you get the Amazon job.
Yeah.
So that's how that all kind of works out. But like, fuck, like, it's just so frustrating. I think people need to really like look outside of themselves when they think about that because so many people work so fucking hard and then they're like, oh, well, just go to college and then your life will be easier. No, it'll be more expensive.
Yeah, definitely.
And you may get a job afterwards. Like,
might possibly.
Like, I mean, I guess I'm using my degree because technically everything I'm doing is communication. But, like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
The degree is not a fucking key to...
It's not a key to my success.
Yeah.
I put success in quotes there. You couldn't see that. And it's frustrating because, like, when I was a junior in college, that was when I was mentally, like, at my lowest point, which we all know. And this is something that I've talked about before, but I'll just get into it really quickly. But we talked to my parents. We wanted to know if, like, I could take a semester off because I knew that I was, like, making money through YouTube and stuff and that I didn't necessarily need my degree to continue doing what I was doing. And it wasn't like I didn't want to ever finish because I really am proud that I went to college. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it is something that is important to me. And I was never planning on, like, just giving up on it entirely. But I really think I could have benefited from a year of, like, being in therapy because that was when I was, like, you know, trigger warning, self-harming, and I was having suicidal thoughts, and it was just, like, a really bad time in my life. And they fucking laughed, first of all. Like, they straight up laughed. Chris, because I couldn't even face them because I knew that their answer was going to be no. And the only reason why I had to go to them was because they're co-signed on my, like, fucking student loans. So I kind of have to ask their approval to be able to, like, take time off because they're investing their own fucking money in this or whatever.
Yeah. And
so Chris was the one that, like, talked to them because I was, like, not okay.
Yeah.
And they, like, laughed because they were like, well, what does she have to be suicidal about? Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner. And then, obviously, like, you can't give up school. And let's be honest, like, God, it would have been, personally, I definitely think it would have been better off because I fucking did horrible in college after that. After that point, I, like, gave up because I was just so depressed. and I had no motivation to finish.
Just, like, even if you weren't dealing with the things that you were dealing with, like, you did have a career that was starting and booming.
It was
doing
already
great.
like doing
and
well.
like that's the point of like obviously you want a degree to your own personal like advancements, and you wanted to learn those things. But like for finding a job, which is primarily what you want a degree for, you did not need that. You had it. You had the job.
I just wanted to like maybe like finish it all online or something, so I could just like take time to like be fucking. I was not like I could have died. It could have fucking died. And I'm still working against all of these horrible things that I've been dealing with. And it's like that now being fucking in debt is not really helping that either.
Yeah, definitely.
Though at the time, like if I had taken that year off, I would have already had to like start paying back shit. And
Oh, yeah, that's the only other part of that. But still, it would have been better.
I know. Trust me. And it's like I did terrible in school, guys. Like after that, like junior year. Oh my god, was that the year that I fucking wrote in the blue book my whole thing? Yeah, so during that, the whole reason why I wanted to take the year off was because I couldn't get out of bed. That was like the whole point. If you've been depressed, you know what I'm talking about. And I had one class that, it was like a Tuesday, Thursday class, and I really liked my professor. She was super nice, and it was a lit class, and I could barely get there, and then it was like finals time, and I like obviously went because I was like I have to fucking be there. And it was one of those essay finals where you have like a blue book and you're just writing out your response, and I look at the prompt and I'm literally like I have no fucking idea what I'm looking at. And I had never felt more incapable, or like I just felt so terrible about myself.
I know that feeling, just like you get the test and it's like
That
I know nothing, and I know that's not even like close to what you're talking about.
It's
but
like it doesn't normally happen though, because you at least have like somewhat of an idea of like what's been going on because you've been in fucking class.
Yeah.
And so I just, in my blue book, I just was like, I felt so, I didn't want my professor to like think I was this like lazy student that just like didn't fucking show up to class and like had better things to do. And so I just kind of like, I don't know what came over me, but it was probably my like cry for help is what I consider it, because that's when I started going to therapy. And I wrote out in my blue book, I was like, I haven't been in class and this is why. And I just like gushed, and I turned it in and I fucking left. And like I'm a really anxious person. So if I finish like my test or something early, I have to wait until at least 2 to 3 people have already turned their stuff in before I can get up and leave. And I don't know why that is. That's just something with me. And for that one, I obviously finished early because I wasn't actually working on it.
Yeah.
I fucking wrote it out, put it on the desk, and pieced out. And like in a couple hours, like whenever the final was over and she, read them, she called me on my cell, because like they all have like your contact information. And she was like obviously really worried about me. And she hooked me up with the school counselor, and I didn't like the school counselor, but that, from there I went to like a real therapist, and here I am now. So, I don't know. It was important. But I wish that I could have taken that year off, because my senior year, terrible grades. Like, the worst. And the worst part was I loved my classes that year.
Yeah.
Like, I was finally in, like, the meat of the communications courses, and they were all, like, super interesting courses, and I was, like, really fascinated by everything that I was learning. However, I just, like, couldn't make it.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't get there, and it was, like, it was really depressing, because I loved my professors, and I loved what I was learning, but I couldn't, like, make it fucking happen, because I was so not okay. And I don't know, I just wish that I could have taken that year off, because like it's your fucking mental health is more important than like the possible setback of taking a year off from school. And like honestly, what would that have really deterred? Nothing.
Yeah, it wouldn't have deterred anything, especially since, we're saying a degree is not exactly the key for success in the world.
And like, it definitely can help. Yeah. But, I mean, it depends on, like, what you're doing. And, there are always these people out there that are like, oh, my God, everyone has to go to college and all this shit. And it's like, yeah, it's probably a good thing. But, like, it's not mandatory. And you still can find success. Like,
I know not everybody's going to make, like, something super huge and successful, but, like, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, and Steve Jobs all dropped out of college.
I know. And, like one of our really good friends, I think he went to school for, I think, like a year or two. He either dropped out or he never went. And he is now working, like, really high up in Amazon.
Yeah.
Like, higher than Chris.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean?
It's not, you know...
It's the skills.
Job experience, man.
I know. But it's also, sometimes it's hard to get experience because they don't want to look at you.
Yeah.
It's like a whole thing. So if you're the type of, I don't know why we're getting on this tangent, but like if you're the person right now, if you're in school or you're thinking about going to school and you're like not okay or you can't afford it, like you can still do something. And I mean, God, it's all about like, and that's the thing, like you were all of these like unpaid internships that came your way that would have given you so many like,
but I needed to work.
I know.
And on top of, like, my crazy schoolwork already, I was like, well, where's my life? So.
I low-key hated all of the people that we went to school with whose parents paid for all of their school, paid for their fucking apartments, and they didn't have to have a job, so they could do all of the unpaid internships.
Yeah.
And so they all have, like, great fucking careers, and then the rest of us were like, we had to work at least 20 hours a week. And I know, like, me, I was covering everybody's shifts. Like, I was, you know, because I was trying to go to all these fucking YouTube events, like, on my own dime, because I wanted to, like, I thought getting to those events would be the way to, like, grow my channel or whatever.
I mean, I was being a supervisor at the dining hall. I was working in the weather center. I was doing an unpaid internship that I was able to do from home and going to 4 or 5 classes. 5?
Yeah, 5. Yeah, I never took a lighter class load either. Like, I always took the fucking 5.
Yeah, because I had to finish in 4 years because I'm crazy dead now. And,
I know.
I couldn't take another year.
Can you imagine?
No.
If we were still going, and then, like, you know, the whole thing that you want to go back and get, like, your computer science degree. It's like, okay, well, that's going to be... that'll be fun.
When's that going to happen? I don't know.
Like, I low-key would love to just let my credit fucking die and just stop paying my student loans and making my parents do it.
Yeah.
Like, every month that student loan bill pops up, I'm like, I could really fuck my parents over this month. Mm-hmm. And then I don't, because I don't want to ruin my credit, because that's important if I ever want to get an apartment or something.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, we're staying in this building. I can still fuck them over. I'm just kidding. I'll never do it. I don't want them to pay for anything for me, honestly.
Yeah, no, you don't want anything from them.
And it makes me proud to know that, like, I've paid off all of my... No, I haven't paid it all off, but, like, every month I pay it off.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so I know we got, like, a lot of questions.
Okay.
So I actually asked for questions on Instagram, because I always forget to, like, post about the podcast there. So I have some Twitter questions, so I don't care. Fucking 79 comments.
Wow, you guys are nuts.
Y'all love Instagram. By the way, has your Instagram changed? This whole update shit? Mine hasn't changed.
I feel like mine has, because I feel like it's definitely just... I haven't actually gone through and, like, paid attention to when things are posted, if I do that. But I think it has, because I feel like it's the same, like, 3 people that are showing up at the top of mine.
Well, I see... For me, maybe it just hasn't reached me yet, but, like, the posts are not out of order, and I haven't felt like I've been missing people, but at the same time, I do follow, like, what? Let me see. I follow 700 people.
And you also do, like, interact with a lot of fucking shit on Instagram, way more than I do.
Yeah, I love Instagram. Like, I comment on a lot of people's stuff. Like, I use, like, the hashtags. Like, I'm in there. I'm fucking in there. All right. Shall we get to these questions?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys eventually want a house of your own? Absolutely.
Yeah, I think I would prefer a condo.
Same.
Yeah, a
because
condo. I'm going to count
work.
that as a house, because it's basically the same
I'm
thing.
not a big backyard kind of bitch. Like, just take me to a park.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I got beaches. I got parks.
I want a condo because I want to be able to, like, paint the walls, possibly renovate certain things.
Yeah,
like, because you
definitely.
own that.
Yeah.
But you still get all of the amenities of living, like, in a building. But at the same time, then you're also at fault of other people. So, like, if somebody burns down your apartment building.
Like, then, you know, depending on what type of building you're living in, we could be living in, like, a nice tall building and having beautiful views and whatnot. And
True.
That's something that that's what I would love to have. A nice condo on a high floor in a building.
Oh,
Just
hell yeah.
Beautiful views.
That's the fucking dream there. I mean, hell. Okay. What potato-based dishes would you and the chunks be? Well, we already know Lila's a nice creamy mash.
Smash potatoes.
Who was it? I posted a picture of Squeezy and Lila, and someone commented, they were like, a nice roast duck fillet next to a mashed potato, because Squeezy is like a burnt.
And he loves his duck.
Well, Squeezy, if he was a potato, I feel like he would be like a spicy curly fry or something.
No.
You know?
And just a little extra pizzazz in there.
Now, I would say I'm like a fucking potato salad.
Okay.
Like, I'm slightly oily. Because I have like a lot of moisturizing properties on, like the mayo.
Oh, shit. Can I just be like a nice steak fry or
You're
something?
like a shoestring.
Oh my god, am I a shoestring?
Yeah, you've got that extra gumption. You know what I'm saying? Okay. What's one of the biggest dreams you guys have? Maybe a goal of some sorts. Fuck me up with your answers.
What?
I mean, having that condo is a pretty big goal of mine.
Yeah, that's a dream.
Because that's just like, for my home, that's my dream.
Yeah.
For my career, it would be to be financially stable.
Yeah.
I would love to be able to have like the podcast be like established in a way where like we're going on tour for it, and it's more.
I definitely have more dreams in like.
We have collaborations for the podcast dreams.
Yeah.
Every Food Network stuff.
Like, for like my career, I don't know. I haven't been thinking about like where exactly I want to go, because like,
or what my
because I just, I'm just happy having it. I'm good. I'm still scarred from Microsoft, and I'm just happy where I am. So, other dreams though.
I still want to write, and now I feel like I can't because every YouTuber fucking put out a book, and I don't want to I have wanted to write since I was a little fucking kid. And I used to write all the time, and that's why I was an English major and all this shit, and I still do some writing. And now I feel like every time a YouTuber announces the book, everyone in the audience is like, oh my god, another fucking ghost-written self-help book? I don't want to write a self-help book. I want to write a fucking novel, and
I feel like
I don't want people to be annoyed.
You're gonna drop a novel and like
it'll be with a pen name. Like, I don't even care. Well, that's the same thing, because I kind of want to I want it to be attached to my name.
Yeah.
It's a struggle.
You'll drop one in like a little whiles from now, when like
a little while. It's more like 10 years from now. Like, I don't plan on doing it. Like, all of these YouTubers that have made self-help books, but they're not even, like, 25 yet, chill. Like, especially when they're writing, like, about their life experiences. Like, I want to, if I was ever going to write, like, a self-help book, I would at least want to be, like, maybe 40. Because then I've had, like, some years under my fucking belt.
Yeah.
But if I want to write a novel, I can really do that anytime. And
true.
It has nothing to do with, like, me being a fucking YouTuber. And I would not hire a ghostwriter because, one, I'm not going to pay for someone else to write something anyway.
One you can write.
Yeah, like, I'll obviously have, like, an editor, hopefully, and whatever, but I don't know. That's just one of my goals since, like, forever. What are good ways to adjust to living in a new city? How do you meet people? Well, ways to adjust... I don't even know. I feel like we've been so used to, like, moving because we were living at home, and then we went away to school, and that was all like fucking new. And then Seattle was like, okay, we're gonna do new times a billion.
By the time we moved here, it was like we've been moving every year of our lives for like the past
like
3 or 4 years. So, and moving into new areas, and
I don't know if I would have been able to. I would like to think I would have been able to do it by myself. Like, I would have had... It was obviously a lot easier, like, having my best friend, a.k.a. Chris, like, moving and enjoying this new city with me. Because, like, then it's, like, 2 people trying to fucking figure it all out. And I probably would have had roommates because, that's what... I would have wanted, like, other people to, like, live with that are also experiencing it for, like, the first time.
I guess just, like, studying up on where you're going is the best way to, like...
Oh, yeah.
Know.
And as far as meeting people, the fucking internet. It is so much better. Ugh, I love the internet so much.
The internet's pretty great.
Okay. Trump becomes president. What do you do?
Leave.
I don't know what I would do.
I would... Not even joking. I would seriously consider leaving.
But, like, where would we go?
I have no idea.
I love it here. It sucks.
I know. I really love Seattle. But
this is why the election gives me such anxiety.
There's definitely been candidates in the past where I was seriously worried about if they
like
won.
Mitt Romney, I was terrified too.
Yeah, but never on.
I would even take Romney.
I would literally probably. I know Ted Cruz is a piece of shit, but like I would take him over fucking Donald Trump.
And I'd still be fucking scared.
I would be scared shitless, but at least the other superpowers of the world wouldn't laugh at us and wonder what the fuck we're doing and not take us seriously anymore.
I know.
I would highly consider leaving because I just could not handle it. He's so bad. He is so terrible.
I know. Okay. If it wasn't for Tumblr, do you think you would have had the courage to move forward with what has turned into your relationship with Chris? I think this question is so interesting because I don't really know what Tumblr had to do with it.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
I
was definitely on there, like, when I first, like, met you, and I was, like, writing about, like, oh, I met this guy, he's really cute, like, blah, blah, blah. But, like, I don't really think Tumblr had much to do with it.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't on there or anything.
I know.
I didn't even know what Tumblr was until I started dating you.
I know. So, yeah, I think I would have had the courage, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you guys ever want to move to New York City? Honestly, a hard pass on that one.
Yeah.
It's too expensive. Like, I would love to be with Steph. Duh.
Yeah, I mean, I've got my city aesthetics and vibes and all that shit from living here in Seattle, and I don't think I'd want to be in that tightly packed of a city.
I always feel so tired when I leave New York.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want to feel that, like, every day. I remember when I first, like, visited Steph, and she was just like, I had never lived in a city at this point, and her life seemed so fascinating to me because she could leave her fucking door and go to, like, a million, like, restaurants or places to get food or, you know, like, grocery shopping, like, all of the errands, everything right there. And I remember thinking, like, oh my god, that is so liberating. The freedom that you don't need a fucking car, relying on another person for a ride. And so, like, now that I have that here in Seattle, like, I feel so satiated that I don't really think I need to live in, like, an even larger city.
Plus, you know, like, the whole weather thing, too.
Yeah. I don't miss the East Coast weather. I'm sorry, I don't. It's okay. Okay. Favorite music lately? Well, Ray LaMontagne came out with a new album, but it's, like, okay. It's, like, more of a rock.
Yeah, it was definitely not like his other stuff, which we sound like such twats being like, I like his older stuff.
It's just
more.
like, all of the artists, they always do this thing where they start out really acoustic and they start out with, like, this mellow vibe, and then they bump it up to, like, rock, and, like, it is catchy and cool, but I like listening to super mellow, low-key music. Like, all of the music I listen to is very quiet. That's why I must be, like, an ideal roommate or neighbor. Because everything I listen to is so soft. Besides, like, when the Civil Wars bump it up a little bit and they start screaming.
Oh, yeah.
But, like...
wailing is a whole different thing.
Yeah. But, yeah, so I've been listening to him. I've been listening to, like, a lot of, like, stuff I used to listen to now that I have, like, Apple Music, so I can, like, actually do that. And so I've been listening to Civil Wars a lot. Old Jason Mraz shit from, like, when I was in elementary school. Like, The Killers. I don't know. The Shins. Who else? I'm trying to think of, like, what else I was listening to. I mean, I haven't really discovered anything new.
Who the fuck were you just listening to yesterday?
I don't know. Oh, Damien Rice.
Ugh,
every song he has is so sad. I just remember, like, listening to that music when I was in middle school and being like, I don't know what I'm feeling. I don't know what there's some really fucking dark songs that he has. It's fine. Okay. You become the first president who won as a write-in. What is your first order of business? What is a write-in? How does that happen?
That's a good question because I don't exactly, like, you just write in, like, you can write in your own nomination if you don't like whoever's being nominated.
Okay, well, my first order of business would be to repeal or whatever every one of those anti-LGBT laws that just went into play in Mississippi, fucking North Carolina. I know there's other places. And my second order of business would be, like, funding the fuck out of Planned Parenthood and everything from women's health. Yeah. Everything.
I know this is so, like, lame, but I'm going to go with what Bernie Sanders has been talking about all the time, and my first order of business would be to repeal Citizens United, because that's what lets businesses, like, put money into campaigns and stuff, so that way I could prevent terrible things from happening in the future.
Yeah. Well, that would be pretty cool. I would enjoy that. P.O. Box question. What sort of coffee do I send to you guys? A bag of beans or grinded?
Either or. We
either
have
one.
the grinder.
We have a grinder. It works. Yeah. Any kind of coffee or tea would be preferable.
Yeah.
I keep calling my mom a bincho and she doesn't get it. What do I do? I think you're gonna have to, like, emancipate yourself or whatever. You know how you can do that where you can just like cut off?
Yeah.
I think I would recommend
That's the only way you can go from there.
Yeah. Okay. If you could have any career, what would it be? That's a great question. I would love to like be a director or something, or like a casting director for television shows or like movies, especially like adaptations. Like if I got to pick like the people that were playing the novel characters and stuff, I think people would be a lot happier. You know?
I think that I would really enjoy if I could have a successful career back in meteorology.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I know.
I love science so much, and so it would be really cool if I could be, like, a researcher.
I feel like my answer always changes, because, like, duh, marine biologist.
Yeah.
Captain of the ROV. That's what I want to be. But, you know.
You could just do a casting for a movie about people in an ROV. Just
You're
mix
fucking
all
right.
of it.
I could absolutely smash things together like that. Okay, sorry, my Instagram's not one of those things where it just like doesn't work. Right? That's all I have to say about this. Any tips for spring cleaning? Hashtag lame. That's not lame, binge. I love cleaning. I would say load up your favorite podcast / binge watchable television show that you don't need to pay attention to, music, Pretty much. Just go to town.
Yeah, you can't just be like having no other source of any sort of entertainment.
And if you want to be inspired, look up YouTube videos about cleaning. They have so many good tips on like okay, vinegar, by the way. You can clean like your whole house with vinegar. And I know that sounds like it's going to smell terrible, but it dissipates like really quickly. Yeah. And it's so cheap to buy like a fucking gallon of vinegar instead of like terrible chemical cleaning solutions to do everything.
Definitely.
Like there's so many good tips on YouTube. Okay. What are y'all's favorite TV shows right now? That's a great question. Well, everything's like off the air now, besides like Shonda shows. I would say like Better Call Saul is like my number one, besides The Fosters. I've been really enjoying The Fosters.
Okay, yeah. I guess I'd say Better Call Saul is my number one.
Orphan Black, we found out, comes back this week.
So it might be today. I don't know.
No, it's Thursdays or something, or Fridays.
I don't know why I thought it's
Saturdays.
Sundays. Oh yeah, it's Saturdays.
It's a weird one. Fear the Walking Dead comes back tonight, though.
I actually enjoyed that.
Yeah. I'm enjoying the beginning of the outbreak. That's why I like it.
Yeah, and the fact that it didn't jump like 7 months every episode or some bullshit like that.
Honestly, all of my favorite shows of all time are gone. They're done.
Yeah, I'm not finale. Like... We're watching shows. None of them
are ever going to be Lost or Mad Men.
Yeah, they're not going to be any of my top kind of thing.
I know, and it sucks. Gilmore Girls, yeah. My top 3 are Lost, Gilmore Girls, and Mad Men.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a good, well-rounded, I feel. You
got
got like
comedy.
Your sci-fi, you got your like real drama, and then you got like your sitcom, but elevated.
Still kind of has some real drama.
It's got some drama.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for the revival. That's all I think about. Okay. Would you ever move to LA? That's a hard pass also. No.
Yeah, not gonna do it.
I say it hesitantly because if I'm forced by my career and like I have like a great opportunity, they're like, hey Rachel, you can move to LA and you're gonna have your own Food Network show. Okay, I'm moving.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be happy about it, but I will move. Like it would have to be something really big because I just can't handle the heat. I don't like it. And it would be great because like I have so many friends that live there, but I don't know,
I
man.
just like this place too much.
I know, I just love Seattle, so I'm just hoping like Food Network makes a branch here or something, you know? I'd be into that. And what is your number one tip for having a happy and healthy long-term relationship?
Talking.
Yeah.
Communication.
Literally not keeping one feeling to yourself. I mean, okay, that sounds like that's true though. Like, I mean, in regards to the relationship, like,
yeah.
Chris does something to piss me off, I immediately let him know how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
I don't let it stew. I don't fucking play stupid games. I don't, like, not text you back for a certain amount of time to make you sweat. Like, I don't do any of that shit. I'm like, yo, that was fucked up. And then you're usually like, whoa, I see that was fucked up. And I apologize. And the same is for me.
Yeah.
Like, you just got to be open about it, because if you
I don't
want
have
it to
time
work,
for games.
I don't have time for this shit. Like, I have enough going on. I don't need to, like, read into passive aggressiveness or anything. That's like, once you get in a relationship and you want it to be like solid, I think you have to leave passive aggression out the fucking window.
Yep.
Like, there's no room for that. There's nothing that's gonna work. Like, and I mean, just not being offended immediately when your partner comes to you with like the problem that they have. Like, if I come to Chris and I'm like, yo, this is what you did, or this is what made me upset, you're not going to be like mad at me immediately just for being upset with you. Like, you have to like kind of own up to like what you did and see like, oh, well, maybe my actions were not the greatest in this situation. I have to like change that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry that I keep like putting it on you. I'm just like talking it
I
out
am
way.
trash.
You're terrible. I'm just kidding. Okay, reaction to Melissa McCarthy being on Gilmore Girls. Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
we didn't get to talk about this yet.
that would have been, I don't know, like uprisings. People would not have enjoyed it as much. I don't know. Like, she had to be there.
Everyone was like, at this point, you kind of know, like, I'm gonna feel a little, like, low-key peeved when I see her maybe like be on screen, because I know that it was like last fucking minute, and that there was all this drama behind the scenes to like make it happen. So it's kind of like
the bad part about actually knowing what goes on behind the scenes of shit.
I know, I hate it. It's a blessing and a curse.
Yep.
So I mean, I'm excited because I think Suki's an important character to like have back on the fucking show. So I'm excited about that.
And at the end of the day, they worked it out, and now, like, every fucking person is there.
I know. Opinions on the cost of living in the Seattle area. Well, my opinion is, ouch.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
high.
especially fucking rent is just, like, climbing like crazy.
I know. So many people are moving to the city, and
it's, like, one of the fastest growing places in the nation right now, and so, like, prices are just skyrocketing.
And I can understand why.
Yeah.
Because it's so beautiful here.
It's pretty great.
But, yeah, I mean, it is expensive. And that's why, like, whenever people are like, oh my god, how the fuck can you live in a studio apartment? It's like, well, you know, it's fucking expensive here.
It's pricey.
And, I mean, also, I still love the vibe of a studio. But I want to have, like, a bougie studio one day where it's, like, a huge room, you know what I mean? Where it's, like, kind of like Lindsay's, where it's, like, her bed is so much farther away from, like, her living room,
definitely.
you know?
Having
I've
a
always
really
liked
big
that.
bathroom and, like, bigger closets.
Lots of windows, maybe high ceilings would be sweet. Like, I mean, honestly, my goal is to have, like, some sort of, like, loft-style apartment.
Yeah,
I've always
that'd be
loved,
sick.
like, the high ceilings of a loft. But, yeah, it's fucking expensive out here, guys. Okay. Best coffee poop story. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, basically, if I'm ever super constipated, all I have to do is drink a latte or a cup of coffee.
A sip of coffee, that's all you need. Honestly. Just one sip, and it's like, okay, we're moving.
Like, literally, like, when I wake up in the morning, like, okay, so I pee, I hang out with Squeezy, and then I make my cup of coffee. I have, like, 1.5 sips, and I'm immediately back in that bathroom. It's like, everything you ate yesterday must go. And I'm like, okay. So, if you ever want to get that colon flexing,
I don't have any specific stories.
I know,
it's
me neither.
just, you know, it works.
It works. It's a good guy. Okay. So, how to keep the sex life alive after 5 years? It's a great question. Try new shit.
Yeah.
Like, always, I mean, God, like, if I think about the sex that we were having when we first started dating to the sex we're having now, like, who were we? Like, we changed.
We were two nervous little children, though.
I know. And so, like, I don't know. People, I feel like what's one of the fears that a lot of people have in, like, these long relationships, like, if you're actually, like, into sex and you're, like, sexually active or whatever, people are like, oh my God, like, doesn't it get boring? And it's like, there are so many ways to make it not boring, and it's really just, like, trying new things, but also being, like, communicative during the trials, because like you might try something like really saucy that might not be something that you normally would do, and if like one of you guys is like not feeling really into it, then you have to like kind of make that known, you know, so you don't expect that to happen again. Also sex toys, introduce those. New locations, introduce that shit. New partners, introduce that shit. There's like so many things to branch out.
Exactly.
But, you know, just keep having fun. Also, I mean...
Also, just keep having that communication outside of the sex, too. And, like, so that way you're
new
not
clothing.
having, like, fucking thoughts in the back of your head of like being mad at them, or like were they being passive to me, or
yeah, like
that, you know?
say like we have sex one night and it wasn't like that great. Like I'm not gonna be like, wow, that was fucking terrible, but I'm gonna be like, maybe next time we should try a little of this or something, because that was like okay, you know, like instead of, and then like I feel like you see all the time like on sitcoms and shit where like the fucking, it's usually like, it's very heteronormative anyway, because it's usually like the guy being very like, oh my god, like I lost my masculinity because you told me that you didn't have like that much fun having sex last night. It's like, it has nothing to do with that. It's just like
you can have a bad time sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it's just not gonna be like that awesome. You might both be fucking tired. It just might not last as long as you would like, you know, like I don't know. You just can't take it that personally. Like, I'm never going to be, like, upset if you're like, yeah, I don't know. That was okay. But, I don't know. You just have to keep trying new stuff. So, that's what I would recommend, because that has worked. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We have great sex, so I love it. So
yeah, it's pretty fucking great.
Okay. What are your top 3 Gilmore Girls moments? That's so difficult.
Wow, that's a moment.
Okay.
Oh my god,
so difficult. Oh my god. Okay, well, I love the episode. One of my favorite episodes is the one with the dance marathon.
That's a really good one.
Where she like breaks up with Dean and Jess is there and they're 40s inspired and like Taylor's really wasted.
Yeah.
Like, I love that episode. But I would say like my favorite moments are... Okay.
That's definitely one of my favorite moments, is just that episode.
When Rory graduates Chilton.
Yeah. Much better than the Yale graduation.
Yeah, the Yale graduation, they, like, season 7, man. They really fucked that up. Also, when, God, like, most Rory and Jess interactions, but, like, perfectly, the one where, like, they're in the street, and she, like, gets a book from him, and she, like, sees that, like, he wrote a bunch of shit in it, and she was like, I thought you didn't read much, and he's like, what is much? And it's like, oh, it's so good. And then I would say... God, Lorelai, when she graduates her business school and she gets super emotional because her parents are there. I think that moment is really special.
That's really good.
There's just too many good moments. I didn't even think of any funny moments.
I think that like when Richard's in the hospital one of the times, and like Luke is just there, Christopher's being a dick and he's not answering the phone.
Yeah, that's the second time.
Yeah, and Luke is like just there,
and you know he's always gonna fucking be there,
and he's just like, he's not even like trying to be like, ooh, I'll do this and I'll get the girl. He's just like automatically like just being a good person, like he's just doing it.
Yeah, because he just cares about these people.
Yeah.
Any moment where Luke shows Christopher up makes me really happy. Okay, and how do you separate your work life from your personal life, since they seem really interconnected for a lot of artsy creative people? That's something that I still am not good at.
I mean, my work is at work, so...
I know. Chris does not have this... What? Yeah, you really don't have this issue.
No, I really don't.
Because you also, like, I feel... You're less active on social media than I am, because you... I know you take it seriously, but you are less, I don't know, obligated, I feel like, to, like, really be maintaining that social media.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm, like... I am always, not always on my phone, but, like, if I put my phone down, because what I like to do is I like to put my phone down, like, face side down, so I don't, like, look at it, and I can, like, focus on whatever I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
I feel guilty, because I'm like, what if someone has a question? What if someone has a problem? Like, and then I'll check my Twitter, and someone's like, the podcast wasn't working, or... wait, it's not letting me do this, and they have like a question about a makeup product. I'm at Sephora right now, and then I feel bad because it's like 3 hours later. I'm like, oh my god, they were at Sephora and they didn't know what shade I was. Fuck, and I feel really bad.
Yeah,
but I do have to like fucking turn it off sometimes because it's fun to interact with everyone on social media. And so I forget that it's part of my job. And so, like, when I'm, like, on Twitter and I'm replying to all of you guys and I'm giving you guys, like, advice on different shit, like, I'm not, like, oh, man, I'm working so hard right now, you know?
Exactly.
But then you gotta realize that, like, there are moments where you need to fucking, like, not be doing anything. And for me, like, it's really hard. And I think the number one thing that helped was when we got a couch. And I say this all the time because all of my work used to be completed on my bed because it was the only thing that we could sit on. And now we have a couch and I have a desk and I get my work done there. And so my bed is for sleeping and
We're never on it, really, unless we're sleeping now.
I'm, like, barely ever on my... The only time I'm on my phone in my bed is when I, like, first wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
And that's something I need to change. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is check my email. I need to stop doing that. Sometimes I wake up just to pee, and then I get back into bed, and then I check my email, and I start replying to business emails, and then I try to go back to sleep after that, and I'm like, what am I doing? Why? It's like 7 o'clock. Like, I don't even need to be awake right now. And
yeah.
So I need to be better at it, so...
That's not exactly a good thing to do.
And working from home is also part of it, too. Like, if I had an office space, like, out in the world, I think it would be a lot easier to fucking unplug from my job when I got home.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's really not something that's happening. I think that's really all we have time for today, I would say.
Yeah, so what do we want to do for binge time?
God. What did we talk about?
We talked a little bit about job stuff.
I don't know. What everybody's first job was?
Sure.
Like, as like a, you know...
Sure, yeah, let's do that.
Really quick, can we go to the Patreon comments? Because last episode, we tried to predict some shit about you guys, and we told you guys to write into us to see if our predictions were correct. And honestly, I am so surprised at how many people we fucking read correctly.
Yeah, I know, that was pretty weird.
So, why don't you pull that up for us?
I have it here. Kendall Berg, I think we said that you thought the iceberg in Titanic was extra.
Yeah.
And you said, yeah, that iceberg was a little extra, and I own, like, the first Kindle that doesn't even work. Does that Kindle
count? Yeah, because you said Kindle.
Kindle, yeah.
We got you.
Christy Bi, I think we said that she was bi.
She's not, is she?
And your guess would be too good to be true with a name like this. Sadly, however, you guys were not correct.
Damn it. It's okay, we still love you.
Jane Shell.
Ooh.
Jane Shell is more likely to chill inside of her shell and fuck shit up like once a week, LMAO. Hashtag that introvert.
Oh my god, me.
I think we said something about like being out of your shell.
Oh, okay. Same though, it's fine.
Let's see.
Did Cater fucking reply? Is Cater a fucking caterer?
No, Cater did not. Honestly,
Cater.
I'm upset.
I'm calling you out right now.
If you own a catering business, I'll have you cater some of it.
Honestly, our wedding.
Camellia Mulkey said, LOL, I work in a mall, so your guess was correct.
Yes!
Also definitely low-key a chameleon.
Oh my god. Well, shit.
Ian Murphy said, honestly, how can you not like Eddie Murphy? Can we just take a moment to remember how he fucked a dragon in Shrek? Like, that was wild, TBH.
I read that one.
Shit.
I love that. Oh man, Shrek. What a great movie.
Taco Roach is actually the name that they are changing for the Patreon that they're doing for their stuff.
Oh, so now they're going to be... Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
They freaking love Taco Bell.
Don't we all, folks?
Yes.
Can you guys hear my ice rattling around?
Taylor Collins says, I fucking hate calling anyone. Thanks, social anxiety.
Yes. Surprisingly, that's the one thing that my anxiety doesn't kill me for is phone calls.
Weird.
But I don't like calling to make appointments.
Yeah.
That stuff freaks me out. I like doing that online.
Sarah Seaman. Unfortunately, I do not work on a boat. But as a Floridian, the sea puns get me every time.
Ah, there we go.
Nice.
Now we're going to have all this fresh info. We could really tailor binge time to get you.
Skylar Medley said, you guys are right as hell. I love burning multiple candles at once. Because we said a medley of candles.
And that was just like, it came to me.
Emma Corbeil said, I must say that as a vegetarian, I'm not the biggest fan of chicken cordon bleu.
Yikes, we fucked that up.
Damn it.
All right, we got cornbread muffins instead.
Heather Ann, you were correct. I've never seen the movie Heathers.
Oh my god. Neither is Chris.
Taylor Van Eady, I do not own a pair of Vans. I'm definitely more of a Converse bench.
Oh my god.
Shit, hit up Kate Convery then.
Yeah. Did Kate reply?
I don't think so.
Damn it. It's okay. I'm assuming people are like not on the latest episode yet.
Hannah Peterson, I'm very pleased to say that you were correct. I don't have a son.
Well, that's good.
Claire Wood. I would/would. I mean, after a few glasses of wine, I can't say I'm naturally ballsy, but I can get there.
Claire, you saucy bitch.
And Giovanna Castor said, not a casting director. I costume for theater performances, but that's about as close as I'll get.
Hey, that's pretty close in my book.
Pretty close.
Well, thank you for replying. We'll keep you guys updated on the rest of the binge shows as they come in and reply.
Elizabeth
Dolls.
Come on.
Rachel, are you eventually going to do stuff or whatever? Rachel Evans.
Mackenzie Knight. I forget what we said.
I think we said like she was like a night owl maybe.
Something.
I don't remember. Either way, I feel like if you guys don't know this already, the binges, they come in conversation like all the time between Chris and I, because any time that we can like find a way to fit one of your last names into something, like, or if Squeezy's Dan Yelling, you know.
By the way, I just pulled up the list of binges here, and Skylar Medley, I'm really upset because you changed your icon to the fucking big baby from Rugrats.
Show me.
See the image right there? I'm really upset by
that. Oh my god, you little bitch.
Why did you do that?
Because fucking
you knew.
Oh my god. Does Caitlin Shaw have a lot of shawls? We'll never know.
You guys, really? Come on, let us know.
Let us know. Alright, so binge time, everybody's first jobs. Let's do this. If you want to become a binge and support this podcast, you can sign up at patreon.com/CoffeeWithChrachel, and you will have some rewards associated with doing that and everything, and it's just a fun time.
Yeah.
All right.
Nicole Dowling.
Nicole is...
restocking the wooden dowels in Michael's because you work at the craft store. Perfect. Carissa.
Carissa is a cruise director on a boat.
Wow, that's a good first job.
I know.
Jasmine Moyer.
Jasmine is a jazz musician.
Okay.
In a band.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Skylar Medley.
Skylar.
Honestly, just screw it. you put that baby there.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this.
Fuck you. No. You are a sky jumping instructor.
God damn, these first jobs. Cody Castillo.
Cody codes.
Okay.
Games.
Yeah. All right. Taylor Collins.
Taylor is a phone operator calling people.
Okay.
I know you'd hate that.
Heather Ann.
Heather is working at Ann Taylor.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Sloan Fuller.
Sloan is
Sloman
Shield.
A security installer?
Yeah.
Emma Corbeil.
Emma is courthouse representative.
Okay. Haley Dixon.
Haley works at one of those Dickies stores.
Oh, hey. Nice. Danielle Manus.
Danielle is a manager at a popular restaurant in your area.
Manager. Kate Convery.
Kate is a...
working at Foot Locker, the Converse department.
Gotcha. I was going to say a conveyor belt, but that's not a job.
You are just a conveyor belt.
You let people walk all over you.
Caitlin Shalda.
Caitlin is actually selling knitted shawls on Etsy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Angelica Feliz.
Angelica is a flea and tick specialist at Canine Advantix.
Christy Bai.
Christy is a buyer for an art gallery.
Ah, all right. I see that. Beth Fonseca.
Beth
works at Bath and Body Works.
Oh, good one.
Cornelia Thulin.
Cornelia is
a corn husker.
At the old corn farm. Chris's ideal job.
Yes. Sophie Adams.
Sophie is a sofa cover entrepreneur.
Interesting. Jessica Comero.
Jessica combs people's hair at the beauty salon.
Nice.
What did I fucking say?
I don't know what that was.
I was trying to say parlor and then salon came out and it was like salon.
Christina Contreras.
Christina is traveling across the country.
You are a travel vlogger.
Yeah.
Megan Grint.
Megan is grinning.
You're grinning because you're doing modeling.
Yeah.
That's your
smile for the camera, bitch.
Katie Leo.
Katie comes up with the Lay's social media campaigns.
Nice.
Pretty good.
Jade Holden.
Jade is holding a dog at the vet clinic where she works.
Nice. Allison Dowell.
Allison is down under looking for rare snakes. Just take that.
Catherine Simpson.
Catherine is simply
working at
IKEA.
Lids. Lids.
I'll keep it as lids. I like that.
Marlene Naj.
Marlene is like, nah. Oh, okay, maybe not. Marlene works for Lean Cuisine.
Oh, there
that
you
works.
go. The day that Guy Fieri signed them, you organized.
Talk about tossing the pigskin.
Giovanna Castro.
Giovanna puts casts on people at the hospital.
Taylor Van Edie.
Taylor is working for Edie's Ice Cream.
Oh, interesting twist. Cater Liriano, you are a fucking caterer. You better be in real life.
Let's give him something else, because that's fucked. He's a an honest man. An ono man. Okay, next.
Whatever that means.
Just take it.
Rebecca O'Donnell.
Rebecca is working for Rosie O'Donnell as a personal assistant.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty wild.
Kelsey Gillis.
Kelsey is
working at the Celtic Festival.
Perfect.
Like Luke's sister.
Like the Renaissance.
Yeah. Sammy Liston.
Sammy is a Listerine representative.
Interesting.
Michaela
Berlingeri.
Michaela is a flavor maker at Ben & Jerry's.
That would be... Honestly,
prime.
I want that job.
Me too.
Brittany Cella.
Brittany...
You are in an orchestra.
Yeah.
Playing the cello.
Like, you have to have musical talent, right?
Yeah. Please. Kendall Berg.
Kendall is piling iceberg lettuce.
At the grocery store.
Yes.
Allie McGregor.
Allie is in an alley working at a speakeasy.
Ooh. Megan Gurley.
Megan is obviously working at
William and Sonoma.
Outback Grill.
Oh, Outback. That's better. Does even William and Sonoma sell grills? I don't
know.
No.
It's like Home Depot.
Chloe Killip.
Chloe is working at Target stocking Up and Up brand.
Oh. Katie Hart.
Katie is performing a heart transplant.
Oh my god. First job. You're a surgeon?
Rookie surgeon. Two words you don't want to hear next to each other.
Ian Murphy.
Ian is
a murder investigator.
Fabulous.
Also known
first
as a
job.
Kayla Cross.
Kayla is making hot cross buns at a local bakery.
Grace Leedy.
Grace is leading an organization to stop
animal cruelty.
Yeah.
There you go.
Good one.
Cassandra Buckout.
Cassandra is working for Out magazine.
I've never heard of that magazine.
Oh my god.
Really?
Troy Sivan was just on the cover of it and he looked fabulous.
Casey McDaniel.
Casey is working at Danimals. I mean, fuck.
You have to be.
You're doing social media for Danimals.
I want to know if you actually like Danimals, too.
Me
Come
too.
on, Casey. Maddie Pullman.
Maddie is working at the Polar Ice Caps.
Okay.
Conservation.
Amanda Marie. Marie Calendars?
In the factory.
Yeah.
You know?
Jane Shell.
Jane is one of those people that sells like those little miniature bottles of shells at like the gift store.
I get you. Yeah. Jackie Bergiulio.
Jackie is who's knocking?
Somebody. That's Jackie. She's knocking.
Jackie is knocking, and we're not going to answer. Okay. Jackie is Julio. Jules, you find rare jewels.
Oh, okay.
You are Jewel, the singer. What the fuck? My hands are small. Okay.
Camellia Malky.
Camellia.
You're at the fucking, like, central desk, info desk in the mall.
Yeah. Where's Forever 21?
Caitlin Whalen.
Caitlin is whale watching.
Your tour
boat.
guide. Yeah.
Is a boat.
You are the boat. Hannah Neely.
Hannah is... My stomach just made the... Oh, that was a sound I never heard. My stomach made. What was the name? I'm sorry.
Hannah Neely.
Hannah is kneeling before a sand pit because you're an archaeologist.
Oh, nice.
Took a turn.
Lucy Ravenscroft.
Lucy.
You're a bird watcher.
Yeah.
You like the ravens.
Got it.
Sarah Fairbanks.
Sarah's
you have to be
teller.
working in a fucking bank.
What's happening?
Cody Robinson.
Cody is...
working at Baskin Robbins.
Beautiful. Give me a sample. Those little mini pig spoons.
Tegan Anderson.
Tegan is a part of Tegan and Sarah, a popular indie band.
Yes. Lauren Siobhan.
Lauren is shivering in the freezer section of the grocery store where she works.
Yes. Taco Roach.
Taco Roach is a roach killer.
Exterminator.
It's happening.
Allison Francois.
Allison is working at Franklin Mills Mall.
Okay. Haley Cadwalder.
Haley is a caddy for golfers.
Oh, interesting.
I love it.
Katie Gallardo.
Katie is a gallbladder removal specialist.
Tina Tompkins.
Tina is a Tom's Shoe representative.
Also at Foot Locker.
Yeah.
Sarah Seaman.
Sarah is a seaman on a fucking boat.
I know you're not, but you are.
You are in our hearts.
Dana Daly. You're working at a daily circular. You know, you are the editor.
Yeah.
Megan Wilson.
Megan is...
working for Wilson Volleyballs.
Yeah, honestly. Spike this.
Jackie Lampo.
Jackie is...
Ooh, you're working in the lamp department at IKEA.
Beautiful. Bright things are in your future.
Claire Wood.
Claire is a one of those woodworking people like Nick Offerman.
Yeah, a carpenter.
Okay, Chris. Okay.
Temple Murray.
Temple is a Murray's cheese flavor specialist.
Yes. Kelly Adams.
Kelly is working on the Addams Family revival.
Hannah.
Hannah is a hand-cooked, hand-tossed pizza person
Maker.
at a local place.
Yes. Jenna Gordonier.
Jenna is
a gourd specialist
at the farmer's market.
Sasha.
Sasha is a sashimi maker. Ooh.
Sarah.
Sarah is
working for Saran Wrap.
Ooh.
In the factory.
Glad presents you.
Bridget Dubin.
Bridget is
working at the toll booth for a bridge.
Beautiful. A great place to make friends.
Grayson Clark.
Grayson is working for for Grey's Anatomy, honestly. You're the one that picks all of the shitty music they've been playing.
Make better choices, Grayson. Vlyn Vance.
Vlyn is working for...
Vance Joy?
Yeah, you're his fucking manager.
Okay.
Great first job.
Hillary Gay.
Hillary is actually...
working for Ben Gay.
Beautiful. What is that? That's like a hair something, right?
No, that's like kind of like a heat, warm, cold, muscles hurting thing, you know?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very cool. You're such an old person.
Anna Hernandez.
Anna is working for Hermes.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, selling luxury goods.
Jennifer Holtz.
Jennifer is a anti-fur activist for PETA. Yeah. Maybe not PETA. We don't like PETA. They're sexist as fuck. Any other fur activist.
You're just an anti-fur activist.
Yeah.
Courtney White.
Courtney is a white river rafting, like the person that like puts you into your your river rafting thing.
Yeah. Elizabeth Doles.
Elizabeth is the...
President of Dole.
Yeah.
You're the president.
You went from no job to president of Dole. It's fine.
Shelley Smith.
Shelley is
working at Shell gas station.
I was going to say you own a chain of shells.
Okay. Mackenzie Knight.
Mackenzie is a knight at a renovated castle.
Oh. Rachel Evans.
Rachel is Chol.
Rachel is
a
Evanescence.
Evian representative for social media.
Okay.
Spray that mist.
All right. Other benches.
The rest of the benches, they are all in line at, I would say, what were one of the businesses? At the hand toss pizza place.
Oh,
getting
okay.
their hand toss.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Stephanie Boscovich.
Stephanie, I just went straight for the name. Stephanie Bakapadu.
Kathleen Lynn.
Kathin Han.
Elena Barcia.
Alaba Barbupa.
Zoe Yarmowich.
Zabi Yarmagoot.
Elizabeth Holbrook.
Elizabeth Habuk.
Brynja.
Brapan.
Hannah May.
Hanamu.
Rose Barnett.
Rose Badadoo.
Jax.
Jukes.
Megan Prius.
Magan Pras.
All right.
That was me doing Simlish. It's a style of language.
Language?
I can't even speak
it's a style
English.
of anguish.
Honestly. Wow, thanks for having an iced mocha with me.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to clink this.
Oh, God, this is going to be interesting.
It's going to be a plastic paper clink.
Yeah, same.
That will be weird.
Thanks for having a cup of coffee with us.
We will see you on Thursday.
All right, bye.
Bye.
That was terrible.
You can't hear that.
I'll just jingle my ice. The end.
That was a HeadGum podcast.